Hey everybody, my name's Seth, and today I want to talk about Neptune through the houses. Today's going to be the first through the sixth house, and my next video is going to be the sixth through the 12th. So, the way that I see Neptune is a planet of extreme power, but I feel like it's power that is not owned by anyone. There's no certain placement or certain person who can harbor what Neptune has to offer our world. I feel like Neptune is a power that needs to be shared. It's a power that's held within all of us. And people who harbor strong Neptune placements are the ones who bring light to that fact, are the people who utilize Neptune and become a conduit for Neptune to spread his power because it's never owned by anyone. It's either his own or everyone's. Um, so we also know he's nebulous. He's about cleansing as well as making things dirty. He's about the truth as much as confusion and lies. He's about fantasy, just spirituality. Religion can fall under this. The esoteric can fall under this. Anything that not necessarily can be proven, but is known as fact. Even things that are proven lies, but we accept it as truth. Those two opposites, those are Neptune as well. The playing between what is reality and what isn't, that subjective side to reality itself, the fact that beauty is in the eye of the beholder, the fact that my reality is different from yours, different from the person sitting next to you, and different from my dog in the fucking my mom's room. Like it's that idea of something we all share, something we all understand, yet it still causes confusion. It's still misunderstood and mysterious, even though it's sitting right in front of us. In this fantasy world where we just don't look at those facts, and those facts don't look at us until they do. So, with Neptune in the first house, you're going to be the person that has to deal with these facts. You're going to be an example of these facts, of everything that Neptune represents. There's going to be a strong connection to either religion, spirituality, the esoteric, the metaphysical. You're going to have the ability to cleanse people with your presence. Just being there will help others. Being present for situations is a way for you to expand this cleansing spiritual feeling. Having you there can initiate spiritual conversation. You're the one who's people are going to come to when they have questions about their own heart and questions about what they believe in and what's going on in their world and how their world is changing, and not in a physical sense. That's what you're there to deal with, and those are the situations that you're going to constantly be in. Your life will constantly change, and it will affect you physically. The need for you to take care of yourself, body, soul, mind, everything, is paramount for your health, for your mental well-being, for you to feel like you are who you are. You need to explore these things. Keep exposing yourself to things, finding your own path. In the second house, you start to see the connection between Neptune and career. But it's more or less a middleman. The second house is more of a middleman. The sixth house is what you dedicate yourself to. The 10th house is what you're going to be known for once you dedicate yourself to anything, if you dedicate yourself to anything. And your second house is going to be, how do you support your fourth? How does your persona support your fourth house? Through your second. And to have Neptune there means that the esoteric spirituality, cleansing, being a sponge for the world and letting the world sponge off of you, that is going to be something that's going to be incorporated in your career somehow. It's going to be incorporated in your values. So it will have to be a part of your career unless you go against your values. It's going to have to be a part of your fiscal responsibility if you plan on making any type of money. It's going to be a genuine part of your physical life, this esoteric embodiment that is Neptune. Neptune in the third house. You're going to be the type of person that can, again, Be a sponge and be the sponge to the world. Be a conduit through the ways that you communicate, through the skills that you develop in your life. Those are going to be skills that can change the world emotionally, change the spiritual planes, change the platform in which all astrology, all metaphysics, all esoteric practices are practiced. Your skills will be of the esoteric. You'll be the type of person that might be able to be really good at tarot, the type of person that might be able to be really good at astrology, be really good at these practices. Again, these practices that need your effort. Put your skill into them, put your mental focus into them. And Neptune will be activated, and you'll start to see that you're becoming a conduit. You can actively use your skills to be a conduit for this energy, to be the catalyst for change. Your words can do that too, the way that you communicate, either vocally or body language or however way you find a way to communicate. When you do that, Neptune is activated. In your 4th house, Neptune is merged with your soul body. Your soul body is now extremely sensitive. You are the home for these esoteric presences. You're the home for these messages that now need to get out into the world. When people come into your home, when people find you, it is for a reason. You are home to a lot of people for a lot of reasons they won't understand. You're here to change personal lives one by one. Just by being you, just by being loving, just by offering yourself to be that sponge for the world and to soak in the energy and the lessons that these people are going to bring to you once you accept them into your home. All this esoteric will surround you. You'll grow up in it. It'll be a part of your life, either religion or spirituality or confusion, drug use, or just fantasy. All these things will be one or two or three of all these things will be something that you grew up with. It'll become a part of you. It'll be imprinted on who you are, how you identify with yourself, and how you identify with what you call home. In your 5th house, Neptune becomes activated through your expression. You might find it easiest to express yourself through music, through fantasy, through filmmaking, through writing, through any type of art that helps you express these messages. Because now you're communicating with the world again, but through your art. And you're changing lives through you putting yourself on some type of canvas, on some type of mark, making your mark on the world for others to feel the energy that you just left. When you express yourself and put yourself out there, Neptune is going to be activated. You're going to become that sponge. When you do artwork, you're letting yourself be vulnerable to the energy, to the messages, to become the conduit. Your art is now the conduit. Your expression is the conduit. And whatever it is that you produce through this expression is the catalyst for change in our world. And you'll see that as a theme through all these Neptune placements, that it's just a catalyst for esoteric, spiritual, religious, drug, any type of change that needs to happen in our world. You will have some part of it. Specifically what house your Neptune's in. And in the 5th house, it's your expression. Lastly, in the 6th, you see Neptune as what you dedicate yourself to. What you will always find yourself needing to dedicate yourself to. Let that be truth or lies. Let that be drugs or fantasy. Let that be art. Let that be astrology, religion, spirituality, metaphysics. Again, all these things Neptune rule. You become a conduit of it with the work that you produce. The systems that you use and the systems that you implement will activate Neptune. So no matter if what you're beginning to do and what the end result was has nothing to do with the esoteric to you personally, you're like, oh, I don't feel like I'm doing anything that has to do with esoteric or has anything to do with religion. But at the end of the day, the system that you used, when that system is exposed, it's going to change the world because you're using parts of yourself and parts of Neptune that you might not even understand. Neptune is a part of your work. When you dedicate yourself to anything, getting anything done, creating any type of system at all, you are now a conduit. Your work, When you put your effort into anything, you're activating Neptune. You have spirituality. You leave your energy everywhere you go. Everywhere you put your hands, everywhere you work. It's going to become a spiritual reservoir, I guess you could say, the more effort that you put into it. So yeah, that's Neptune through the houses, 1st through 6th. Leave a comment if you have anything to say about this. Shoot me an email if you want to talk about your own Neptune placement, anything like that. Yeah, thanks for watching, and subscribe, book reading, all that good shit.